has been a hot minute, has it not? Well, before I get into what this video is all about, which is what my channel is going to be all about, I kind of have a mess here on my desk, and I just thought, you know what, while I'm doing this, I'll go through this with you, and then we'll get on to the actual content. So, I have a little something that giving my grandsons. They're getting a few little other things from me, but I'm going to be giving them cards for Easter. And I was at the store and I was looking at the Easter cards, and they were not vibing with me at all. Plus, the idea of spending $5 for a card to slip $10 into, not going to work for me. So I remember that I have these cards. I have a neighbor who is also an artist, and I hope you guys are as blown away by her things as I am. I will do close-up shots of these and put them at the end of the video so you can get the real vibe for them. But so she doesn't sell these, although she obviously could. She could do a really great business. And I hope I'm not the only one with that opinion. I hope you look at these and you say, oh my gosh, these are amazing. But like I said, she just gives them to us, and I have been reluctant to give any of them away. It's like I love looking at them, and I don't want to write on the inside of them. If I feel like I'm, befouling them or something, because she just does such a great job. But anyway, let me show them to you. So she uses little things that she finds. She scavenges, and she finds these things, and she creates these cards. So this one is simply feathers that she found. She doesn't go to the craft store and buy feathers. She scrounges everything, and then she adds just a little bit of her own flair to it to have it look like something. And I think it's beautiful. And they're just blank cards. But like I said, I don't like writing on the inside of them. But my grandsons will be each getting one of these, and I hope they'll appreciate them. So that's one. Here is another one. And again, feathers used for the butterfly wings, and then she adds her little bit of drawing to it. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? I mean, is it just me? Tell me if you think it's just me, but man, that's beautiful. I may not get rid of this one. I like this one too much. The next one she left for me on my door, and she said these are wings from a spotted lanternfly. Look at that. And I don't know if she dyed this part of the feather. She might have added a little color to that, the feather. But the wings from the lanternfly, and those are the natural color of the lanternfly wings. And then she added her little bit of drawing to it. Gorgeous. Shut up. Here's another one. Little leaves. Added a little bit of drawing. A little bit of feathers. She finds the tiniest little pieces of feather to make antenna. I don't think I'm overstating when I say that I look at this and I'm just dying by how beautiful these are. This one, she said she took dried mulberry leaves from our retention pond. We have a retention pond. We have a walkway, a walking path, and there's a retention pond in there, and geese and everything. So she said she took the mulberry leaves from the retention pond and just made trees out of them. I could never think of this. And just that little bit of drawing, and looks like watercolors. Gorgeous. And yeah, that's them. And I adore her work. But yeah, I think this is my favorite. This one, I can't decide which one of these is my favorite. I love them both. I don't think the grandsons are going to get either of these. I love them, but So So yeah, that's her work, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. And like I said, I will take screenshots of these and put them at the end of the little slideshow for you, so you can really take a good look at them and see the detail. I've been working on stuff. I finished the second panel of my Green Man triptych, and I still have the third one to go. So this is the first one that I did. Now this I took directly from a book from someone. Let me turn the light on here. It's getting a little dark in this room. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. So this comes from a book, a very well-known pyrographer. Her name is Laura Irish. And so I pulled this from that book. I took the pattern from it. I don't know if I'm going to add a little bit more. There's a lot of white, or clear left around here, but I don't know what I would add. So I'll have to think on that. So that was the first one that I did, and that's very whimsical. It's not really a green man per se, but it has to do with nature, I guess, what we can say, right? So that was the first one, and then I just finished this one. And this is definitely a green lady, and I'm proud of her. I want to say that I'm done with it, but every once in a while I look at the shading and I kind of want to add a little bit more on this. The whole intention was to go from dark to light. It's not as even as I had hoped it would be, but I don't know. I've spent hundreds of hours on this, and I just don't know that I want to spend any more. And I do have a third one, which is going to be a green man, not a green woman, but it has the same kind of intensity that this one does, with the eyes and the gnarled branches. So, and that one's going to be a full face. It's not going to be a half face. So yeah, that one's done. And the same woman that did the cards, she saw me working on this one day. We just really had to get out, and I went to the common area, and I sat there and I worked on it, and she saw it, and she's been asking me about it ever since. And that was before Christmas. And, she's kind of like wagging her finger at me and saying, why haven't you finished it? So yeah, sometimes when you work on something that is this intense and takes this much time, you just kind of got to take a break every once in a while. And the last thing is something just fun that I'm doing. I found, let's see if I can show you the back side. I found this, which is, obviously a painter's palette. And I don't know where I found it. I think I found it at an antique store, but I believe that you can get these, at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or somewhere. But I saw the wood and I thought, oh, I need to do pyrography on that. And then I thought, well, what am I going to do? And I knew that I wanted to hang it up here in my little creative corner here where I do all my work. But I wanted it to be something fun. And so I thought about doing, I want to do pyrography on it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I wanted it to relate to art somehow. And so then I landed upon this idea. It's our friend Bob Ross, who I used to watch a lot. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to do something fun and whimsical. It's not going to be very detailed. It's just going to be very simple. I just wanted to get it done and quickly out. But so, I decided to do this quick little thing with Bob Ross, and I will hang it up on the wall. And I just thought it was kind of a fun play on the fact that the man painted, but the way that I am displaying him is with pyrography. I don't know, a little juxtaposition there, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead while I talk to you about my channel and where we're going, and hopefully you're going along with me and you're going to stick around. If you don't, that's okay. Hopefully this will be stuff that you want to watch and be a part of. But I'm going to go ahead and work on Bob's hair. And while I work on Bob's hair, I will chat at you. I'm going to do it with a voiceover. I'm not going to try and talk and work at the same time. I'm in my 70s, and trying to do those two things at the same time is not going to end up well for either one. So I will concentrate on doing my pyrography, and I will film it, and then I will come back and do a voiceover, and we'll talk about the channel. And I'll see you then. So let's chat a little bit about my channel and what I have planned. If you've been here for a while, you've probably noticed this channel has always been a little bit of a mix. There's budgeting, a little bit of family history, some creative projects, and just sharing life as I experience it. And the more I've thought about it, the more I realized those pieces actually belong together. They're all a part of something bigger. So I'm giving it a clearer focus, along with a new name. Instead of Grandma's Pocketbook, it's Balanced Living After 70. Because that's really what this stage of my life is about. It's not just low income budgeting, it's not just doing things creatively. It's about balance. It's about making thoughtful, sustainable changes at any age, including stepping back from voices that don't respect women finding their strength or their peace. And I've learned that choosing a new direction isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Also, to be clear, seeking balance doesn't mean having everything figured out. It means I'm doing the best I can with what I have, financially, physically, and creatively. Some days that goes smoothly, some days not so much. But that's true for all of us, and it's all part of the process, right? Aren't our lives at whatever stage we're at a matter of finding out what works? One piece of that learning for me is how to live well on just Social Security. You've already seen some of that here with cash stuffing and budgeting. And I'll keep sharing what's working and what isn't, and how I'm managing real life expenses. Like, can I take vacations or go on road trips on my tiny budget? Yeah, I can. And I'll share how I do that. I think a lot of us are trying to make this work without a clear roadmap. If there's a roadmap somewhere, I was never given a copy of it. Whether it was figuring out how to be a single parent, how to manage work, college, and parenting all at once, how to be an empty nester. No matter what your income is or how old you are, there are always potholes on your trip of life, and you can't anticipate all of them. You just figure out strategies to maybe mitigate the damage a little bit. Another huge part of my balanced life is creativity, which is very, very important to me. The art, the projects, the little things that make my life more interesting and meaningful. And it's not just a hobby for me, it's part of staying engaged, staying curious, and honestly staying positive, or at least more positive than I am without it. I believe that my art, my creativity really helped me maintain a good mental balance during COVID when I was spending hours and hours alone. So you'll be seeing more of that creativity too. And relatively recently, I added a focus on health because, frankly, at this point in my life, it's something I can't ignore. Not if I want to continue my journey for as long as possible, and I sure do. So I started a weight loss journey using a GLP-1 medication because I knew that was the first step. I know it's not magic. I hoped it would be, but it's not. Well, there's a little magic to it, I'm not going to lie, and I do love it. I hoped, and I still hope, that weight loss would change how I'm able to live my life. It's already changed some things. A couple years ago, I bought a rollator walker because I got bad news about my knees, and I thought I was going to be that was going to be my future going forward because of the arthritis in my knees. I didn't think that, at least not without surgery, was I ever going to be able to walk without assistance. But things changed. From my high weight before I started on a GLP-1, I've lost a total of 64 pounds. 57 of those pounds happened with the help of my GLP-1. And so that walker, it's sitting in the corner and it's gathering cobwebs. But I still have arthritis in my knees, and I lived a mostly sedentary life for several years. That means I'm working on trying to retrain because my muscles haven't been worked. I need to retrain those muscles and I need to strengthen them. It will improve over time as I do some strength training and with more weight loss. But anyway, I want to share that experience in a real, honest way. No hype, no magic, no pretending it's easy. I didn't start a GLP-1 and wake up one morning normal weight and going on miles long hikes. The medication helps, but it doesn't do everything, and it certainly doesn't do it overnight. So I want to share what it's actually like to make these changes in your 70s. Because a weight loss and health journey for someone in their 70s looks completely different from someone in their 40s. My youngest son, who is in his early 30s, started his GLP-1 journey before I did. He's lost 85 pounds. He actually only started like 3 weeks ahead of me, but he's already lost 85 pounds. So for someone in their 30s, this journey looks a lot different. He's more active than I am. His muscles have more memory than mine do. But let's face it, doing anything in your 70s comes with a little extra unwelcome commentary from your knees. So let's put it all together. Budgeting, creativity, health. That's what balanced living looks like for me. It's not perfect, but it's intentional. Heavy on the not perfect, okay? But if you've been watching for a while, nothing you came here for is going away. If anything, I hope it will become more focused and more meaningful. If anything, there may be more of it, just hopefully a little more organized. And if you're new here and you're trying to figure out how to live well on a fixed income, stay creative, or take better care of yourself as you get older, you're in the right place. I think you're in the right place. This is the next chapter for me, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you because no matter where we are in life, there's still room to build something better, one step at a time.